Okay, I'm back again from Married at First Sight Australia, Season 9, Episode 8. So, we are starting with Olivia and Jackson. So, the other part of their confessions task, along with watching the audition tape, is to do the ranking of their values. And so they're given a set of values each, and they're supposed to rank them, and they're supposed to see if they have the same values, the same core beliefs. So the things that they have to value is a good love life, wanting children, money, occupation, and looks. How important are these things in your marriage? So they put this stuff up on after they rank them because they have to rank them in private. And then once they've ranked these values, they put them up on the wall and they see if they've matched in the level of importance of these things. So, as they're putting up their values, they come to find out that they have exactly the same they believe in they have the same values. They both put a good love life as first, wanting children as second, money as third, occupation fourth, and looks came in last. And it was exactly in that order for both of them. So they were both very excited and they were both, oh my God, this means that we're meant to be. The universe has put us together. This is fate. We're made for each other. Well, we will have to wait and see as the season goes on, if that is what it is. So far, Olivia and Jackson, wow, I think they are, so far, they are pretty good together. They get along pretty well, and it's very genuine. And they are connecting on multiple levels. On like emotionally, they're connecting. Obviously, physically, they're connecting. Intellectually, they're connecting. So this is a good couple. So they're kind of like in the front runner as far as how well they get along compared to all the other couples. Then we go to Demonica and Jack. I'm not going to spend too much time on Demonica and Jack. Just basically, they had an intimacy issue. The intimacy had slowed down for them. Demonica wanted to know why. I think Jack said that, because she was on her monthly, so he was basically trying to stay away. She was like, what's the big deal about me being on my monthly? Okay. So then Jack talked to his friends about it, which were Jackson and Al. They came over. They talked about it. He talked about it with them. And they were like, well, you really need to just sit down, have a conversation with her, figure out exactly what she wants, and, try to deliver. So Al said, okay, as far as, getting together when she's on her monthly, he says you have to get you some liquid courage, maybe watch a movie, and then dive in. And Jackson was the one that suggested to communicate with her and ask her exactly what she wants. I guess he took Jackson's advice. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with Demonica and Jack, but the intimacy came back full force and they're good to go. Moving on to Ella and Mitch. So Ella and Mitch, this is the couple. This is the pretty couple. He looks like a model. She looks, really hot and spicy. And they connected on their wedding day. Immediately, there was like this instant physical connection between them, a physical attraction between them, instant chemistry. Couldn't keep their hands off each other, couldn't keep their eyes off each other. They were hot and heavy for each other since day one. So now they have to suffer through the after effects of that. Well, Ella is the one suffering with the after effects of that. When you start off so strong physically, it will definitely fizzle out eventually. And now you're left with what? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't really build on anything other than physicality, you're left with nothing. So Ella wants to build up their relationship to be something more than just them connecting on a physical level. So she wants to have something deeper with him, but she can't really grasp how to make that happen. I don't know if Midge is like all looks and no brains or what's going on here. So luckily, the task that they were assigned was the hard hitting task, which was asking each other some very hard hitting questions so that they can get to know each other on a much deeper level. So Mitch is clueless. He has no idea what to ask her. He has no idea, like, he can't even fathom or form a deep question to ask her. And I'm like, how could you not? Like, what's wrong with you, Mitch? You can't ask her anything about her childhood, her upbringing, who's important in her life and why. What does she want to do with herself, career wise? Where does she see herself in 5 years? What does she think about family? You know, what was her worst or best relationship, and you can't think of anything on his own. Homeboy had to go and Google questions, and I don't know what he put into the search engine, but the questions he came up with had nothing to do with any type of emotional or intellectual connection with anybody. So Ella wants him to ask, very hard hitting, really deep questions so that he gets to know her better. His question was, where's the craziest place that you've ever been intimate with anyone? That was his question one. So she said, the ocean. They talked about something else regarding that, but I'm going to skip over it. The next question was, what's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? And she just kind of looked at him like, this is the best that you could come up with. I honestly don't remember if she answered that question or not. I don't remember. I don't think she did. But she was very disappointed in the questions. They're very surface level questions. They were kind of like, the questions that you ask at a stupid party, when y'all want to play stupid games, like stupid board games or something. It was just, she was very disappointed. I don't understand what's going on with Mitch. I really don't get it. Is he looks and all brains? I don't know what's going on there. So is he looks and no brains? I mean, is he all looks and no brains? Because I don't know. So moving on to Andrew and Holly. So Andrew really did move out, y'all. I couldn't believe it. He really did move out. Andrew is so strange. Why would you move out and not talk about these issues with your wife? If he was like offended or upset about her wanting to have a kid, why don't y'all talk about it and try to get on the same page with it? But he moved out. I was shocked. So he moved out. He got his own apartment, and he was really missing his daughter because it was her, I think he said her third birthday. And he was feeling sad because he couldn't be with her. Holly, as sweet as she is, she decided to bake him some cupcakes, and she left him at his front door. She didn't even knock to try to go in. She just baked a cupcake. She wrote like a sweet little note for him, and she left it on his front door. And I was like, well, that is so sweet of you, Holly. And Andrew, you're treating her like garbage. And look what she did for you. And you're going to get upset because she said that she wanted to have a child. And if they would have talked about it, maybe they would have agreed that maybe she would have been okay with just being a bonus mom for his daughter. She's a little girl. She's 3 years old, so she's young enough, to connect with her without like a lot of baggage. Like instead of trying to connect with a teenager, it's much easier to try to connect with a child that's much younger. You're so like maybe he, I don't know. Maybe they could have compromised and said, okay, maybe not like anytime soon, but let's give it 3, maybe 4 years before we start thinking about having children. And if we can't have it naturally, we both agree to, have medical intervention, or we both agree to adopt or something like that. Why would you just run away and not try to talk it out with her? That was just wrong of him to do. I really worry about that. Right now, he's really proving that he's not worthy of being married to Holly. And when it's time for decision week or whatever it's called on this show, she needs to decide to get a divorce. Moving on to Selena and Cody. So Selena and Cody, their relationship is really not progressing. They haven't made any significant strides since their wedding day. Cody says that his attraction is slowly growing for Selena because initially he was not attracted to her at all, but the more he gets to know her, he's slowly developing an attraction for her. And that's all that we can ask for, because that's kind of like the whole point of Married at First Sight, is that it doesn't really matter if you're not initially attracted to your spouse. The whole point is to get to know them better and to develop that attraction over time when you realize that this person is really good for you. So they did the whole rankings thing, and he ranked the brides and he put Sam first, and Selena rated Brent first. So Selena had placed. Oh wait, did she? No, she put Brent last. Sorry, I think she rated Brent last, and she rated Cody first, her own husband. So the reason why she did that was she said was because they get along really well. Her and Cody get along pretty well. So Cody placed Selena second after Sam. And Selena was really hurt by this. She said it was like a big slap in the face. And I thought to myself, he's being honest, okay? Do we want him to lie about how he felt about, and especially since she said that she felt like he wasn't attracted to her. So if he would have put her first and she had an inclination that he really wasn't attracted to her, wouldn't she have been more upset if he was just trying to placate her and he really wasn't honest with his feelings? So I didn't understand why she was upset about that. And the fact that he put her second next to a woman that is typically his type, I thought that it wasn't that bad considering what they're going through, considering that they are struggling with a physical connection. So, because he could have put her third, he could have put her last, but he put her right after. And I understand why she would feel hurt because as a female, you want your man to think of you as the most attractive woman in the world. But in reality, are we really? Probably not in a lot of relationships. So, the fact that he put her second, I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think she should have been as hurt as she was. I think she was internalizing this task. I think this task had a lot to do with how she felt about herself, more so than how he felt about her. And he told her, I do find you attractive. I think you're a very attractive person, but you're not really the type of woman that I would typically date. And there's nothing wrong. He can't help being attracted to what he's attracted to. He can't control that. You know what I mean? But because of the fact that he's getting to know her, he's beginning to like her and care for her, he is developing an attraction for her, which is probably that type of attraction that grows over time, that develops because you really like this person. I think that's a stronger one than the attraction that people have when they first meet each other and they just want to smash. So I think that it's okay for her to feel the way she felt because her feelings are valid. I just don't think that she should have put those feelings on him. I think these are just issues that she has within herself that she needs to work through. Because she does explain about how, and this leads into their second task, which is a hard hitting question task. So her question to him was, are you not attracted to me because I'm Asian and because of my Asian features? And Cody says, yes, initially that was the case. He says, but he is growing to be more attracted to her. And because she's not typically his type, it's not going to stop him from wanting their relationship to progress. So she cries. She starts to cry. He tells her that he does care for her. And then Selena talks about how she was bullied for being Asian as a kid. And like I said, I feel like the bride ranking task and him putting Sam first was just, and her being hurt about that was just her own feelings about herself. Her feeling like she was never good enough for her friends, never good enough for the men that she would find attractive. It was just her internalizing that. Like he was putting into reality or putting into vision, like he was putting into something tangible what she had always been feeling inside. So I think that's what it was. And I thought the things that he said to her were really sweet things to make her feel better. Like he's growing attracted to her. He cares for her. I thought those really sweet things that he was very gentle with how she was feeling, because he could have been like a damn Andrew and just would have been like, just deal with it. That's how I feel. I don't find you attractive. I'd rather have a blue-eyed blonde. That's something that Andrew would say. But instead, he was very delicate with her, very gentle with her, very caring. He was choosing his words very wisely. He was making sure that he let her know that I do find you attractive. I didn't before, but I'm beginning to find you more attractive as time goes on. So I thought he handled the situation very well. Now, she really needs to just go deep, deep, deep within herself, and she needs to find herself attractive. Now, I'm wondering if the fact that she has the blonde hair and the blue contacts is her running away from herself, from her authentic, beautiful Asian self. She's trying to look like what she believes is the ideal beauty, not realizing that she can create her own ideal beauty. I really wonder that if that's why she has the blonde hair and the blue eyes, is because she's running away from her own true, authentic self. And she's trying to basically show up as a white woman because that's what she wishes that she really was. I don't know. I don't want to go too deep into this because I don't know that much about something like that, those type of issues. But I feel like she just needs to learn to really love herself and accept herself. Then she will see the beauty that she sees in herself will be the beauty that others see as well. But because she wants to show up as a white woman, I think it's obvious to other people that she's running away from her own ethnicity. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe she just likes to play around with blonde hair and blue eyes and it's fun for her. And it's got nothing to do with the standards of beauty. It's got nothing to do with wanting to be white. It's got nothing to do with any of that. But that's how how it comes across to me. And I hope that she can prove me wrong and that maybe she just likes to play with color with her hair and her eyes. So Selena is not normally his type, and he says he really goes for the blonde beachy type, and yeah, but like I said, he is beginning to find her more attractive. So yeah, it's interesting to see how this is going to develop. I think that there is definitely hope for them because she does find him attractive, and he's beginning to find her attractive. So I feel like that there is hope for these people. I don't think it's over yet for them. I don't know, but we shall find out when it's decision week. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far in my video, really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video, not rank it like the brides and grooms. Rate the video, and if you like this content, subscribe. If you don't like this content, it's perfectly okay. I'm glad you stopped by anyway, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.